We All Juggle Knives here out in the snow again with the Caine Survival Parang. An incredible blade. Just filmed a testing video with this blade. I think you're gonna like it. Very harsh conditions here. 10.5 inches in blade length, a high carbon steel. All right, people, I'm sure you want to see this in action. So let's see me playing Rambo in the snow with this incredible blade. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just whale this into, you know, a piece of a stump, just to show you how hard this hits and how deeply it bites in. Alright, it just hit that almost hard enough to split it. I'm gonna see if I can split it. And there you go. It split off this huge chunk. All right, well, I'm out here. Conditions are getting worse and worse. I'm actually standing, you know, foot deep in snow over here. My tripod, foot deep. Yeah, it's a winter wonderland here. Yeah, we got a lot of firewood there. Wow. All right, I have to get inside before my camcorder actually ceases to function by just getting too cold. All right, and there's so much snow, I can't even tell in my viewfinder. I can't even tell if this is just white or if you can see the picture. All right, so let's go in and do a voiceover, and I'm going to show you the sheath as well. All right, heavy construction, nylon. It's got an eyelet there. It's got a retaining flap here with 3-button closures. You see it's semi-open. All right, and it has a belt loop here, ring there, and it's very secure. Now for deployment, undo those, kind of pull it up and out. All right, and inside here, there's additional reinforcement, right, inside there. See that there? All right, so that is the sheath that you get. Now my conclusions on this blade, pretty damn incredible. Frickin' beautiful, first of all. That linen micarta, handle scales, right? Red liners, full tang, of course. Lanyard hole. It came with this lanyard. And wow, gives an excellent grip. And this got soaking wet. You know, first it got covered with snow, and then the snow melted while I was holding it. So this was basically soaking wet, yet the micarta gave an excellent grip. Dry, moist, doesn't matter. It's a great handle because you can hold it like this, very balanced. You can also choke up. That part is unsharpened there. You can choke up and choke up if you need to. You can also choke way down, right? Because the pommel swells, you can choke way down for maximum chopping power. The blade itself, look at the curve on that. All right, very functional. You saw how you chop with this. Can also slice, right? Can also slice right through. Could use it as a butcher knife, basically, if you had to. The edge held up very well. I did not notice any damage except one small chip. Right about there, there's like a tiny chip. And since I didn't really chop with that part of the edge, I'm assuming that little nick probably came from a very small pebble or very small piece of gravel or cinder block that might have been in my cutting stand, because obviously it was covered with snow, so I couldn't see it. But yeah, I mean, the chopping of the wood did not affect the edge whatsoever. Now here you see the Caine parang in the middle. On the top is the legendary Essie Hunglis. And on the bottom is the Crowell Barker Browning Competition Chopper. Oh, by the way, if you hear noise in the background, that is actually hailstones being blown into the side of the house by the wind. Yes, the storm is still raging. Now, these blades are all around, you know, between 9 and 10.5 inches in blade length. Now, I realize, even though they're around the same blade length, this is really comparing apples and oranges, meaning the parang, you know, it's a totally different blade design than these more conventional knives. But having said that, this parang really makes a strong case for basically choosing something like this parang instead of a large conventional knife. So yes, it is definitely apples and oranges, but it's kind of making you like pick the apple, if you know what I mean. So what are my final conclusions on this Caine parang? Basically, it's an awesome blade. I am very glad that I purchased it. You know, one of the reasons I got this, I've known about this blade for a long time. It is a fairly pricey blade, and so I passed on it for a year, for 2 years, but it's being discontinued now, and I knew it was getting to be my last chance, so I took a risk. The contour of the handle, excellent, multi-purpose. The grip that the micarta gives, excellent. High carbon steel, That's what I like. It took a beating from the batoning. This thing is a far more powerful chopper than a conventional knife of the same length would be. The wicked curve on this could basically also make it function as a giant butcher knife or any type of slicing that you would need. It's just durable as hell. I'm pretty sure you could pound nails with it. I mean, I hacked through a pressure-treated frozen pallet of wood with it. Okay, so I mean, it could even be used as like a mini rescue hatchet. I would say this is an excellent blade. Pick one up before they're all gone. Pick one up, and if they are all gone, if you find one on the secondary market, you know, search around. I would definitely, yeah, scoop this right up. Great blade.